Morning Parkrunners, Saturday morning, my favourite day of the week. This morning we are off to a little town called Crowland for the Snowden Field Parkrun. I need to check with my friend that I'm meeting there, but I think this completes the historic county of Lincolnshire and all the parkruns that were within that county, so I'll check up on that when I see him. And I'll set off now and we'll catch up on the last mile of the journey. So this is a car park 100 yards further down the road from where I turned in, and there's lots of people parked in here, and this is right next to the start as well. You can see the little hut just in the middle of the picture there. That's where all the volunteers were stood up before the start. So if you just walk into town, a couple of hundred metres at the most, and there are ladies and gents toilets, nice and clean, and they're open already at 8 o'clock. This is in the town centre where we walked to the toilets. In fact, there's the old paper shop there, that's one of the coffee shops, and the other one is called Fridays, which is about 4 or 5 doors further along. I can see the sign for it, and there's a tea shop in between as well. It's spoilt for choice today. This is where the start is, just here, and it's laps around the field. I think 4 laps it is. Some car parking by the Scout at just here, but we have seen cars go past as well, so I don't know if there's a little bit more parking further down, but there is some on-road parking around here. Just be aware of residents and don't block their drives, things like that. So you can see the volunteers just there under cover, although it's not raining. The start's just to the right. It's 4 laps, but on the 4th lap there's a finish funnel just there. So some parkrun stats today. This is Snowden Field, which is at a place called Crowland, northeast of Peterborough. Event 182 today, and it's the 13th of July 2024. First event was 27th of April 2019, and there were 95 finishers then. The average only 57, although last week there was 69, and the average finish time is 31:35. Record attendance is 197. That was event 172 on the 27th of April this year, 2024. The lowest attendance is 20. It was on the 26th of October 2019. The male record 1611, female record 1915. My stats 335 park runs at 182 locations. Postcode I used was P60AL, and the parking is in the field by the Scout Hut. although this morning the gate was open as you get to the Scout Hut. You could have gone further on, and there is some parking just down there. I've seen a few cars parked down there. The course, I said 4 laps, all on grass. A few little muddy patches today. I think they've got a slight diversion in, and it's anti-clockwise laps. Dogs and pushchairs, I think yes, they are allowed on here from what I know. I'm running in road shoes today, but I suspect in winter trail shoes are probably what you need to run in. And in the car park, no electric car charging points whatsoever. The other thing I'm going to be doing today, from this video onwards, I've got some software now, so instead of listening to my panting voice as I'm running, I should be able to reduce the volume on there and add a commentary over on what I'm thinking, how I'm feeling while I'm running. So we'll see how that goes and see if it works. Just put something on the comments if you think that's better than what I've done before.
You can see there's not too much going on in the field apart from today so far. We do sometimes have some footballers here later on.
Tamworth Castle grounds. I've seen Imran Ali, isn't it? Yeah, I just saw you on there, so good to bump into you again, yeah, and you're touring around. Yeah. You come here for any special reason, or?
I think Jared's got to do his yellow belly challenge.
All right, that's why we've come here, yeah, this is our last one, yeah. All right, yeah.
Joey's got an S to get.
All right, fair enough. Excellent, yeah, good to see you again.
Yeah, you too.
So, yeah, have a good run.
182. We've actually got loads of tourists today, so I'm going to work the other way round. So first of all, have we got any milestones?
100.
100. Any other milestones? Right, so tourists, I need the guy from Australia to keep quiet so everybody just thinks that they've got a chance of being from the furthest away. From Iraq. That's impressive. Still not as far as Australia, but well done. I know we've got tourists from Northampton. I think we've got, if you want to just raise your hand. I know we've got a tourist from Gloucester. I know we've got 2 gentlemen here who are completing all of the Lincolnshire park runs today. You're from South Yorkshire, is that right?
Yeah, Doncaster and Grimsby.
Doncaster and Grimsby. Other tourists?
Beaconsfield.
Beaconsfield.
Maidenhead.
Norwich.
Norwich.
Maidenhead.
Maidenhead. This
I.
Is for those of you who don't know, I's about 3 miles in that direction. And then man from Australia, go on, it's your turn, where are you? There's a lot of tourists for us, so thank you for joining us today. As always, we've got a volunteering clipboard. It'll be by the start actually, by the finish. At the end, if anybody wants to join in next week, it's a great way of being involved. Can we say thank you to all the volunteers, please? As always, we don't have exclusive use of the field. There'll be plenty of dog walkers out today and people walking around. They've got as much right as we have to be there. We're lucky in that there's lots of space here, so nobody needs to be sort of treading on each other's toes or whatever. Course conditions today, everything apart from this section here is unremarkable. This section here, in the last week or so, we've had some trees removed where that gap is, and also it's very muddy, so we've had to narrow the course, and that comes quite quickly after you've got around this corner, so just bear that in mind as you're starting. The course comes really unusually narrow for us. On the way round, my daughter had a premonition that somebody's going to fall down today, and she gets very difficult to reason with when she's right about things, so please let that be you. Under 11s, if we've got any under 11s, stay within arm's reach of your responsible adult, but feel free to do your sprint finish and leave your responsible adult behind. And I haven't seen any dogs about today, but is there? Maybe at the back there, but you know the rules anyway. Maximum of 1 dog on a short lead, please. And as always, no barcode, no result, but now you're welcome to present electronic barcodes at the finish. And I think that's everything. So to get you started, I'm going to go 3, 2, 1 and then go. Timekeepers, all good? Okay, it turns out that Louis is going to get you started, so he will do the 3, 2, 1 and then go. You ready then?
Unusually at the start of this park run, no one seemed to have really stood right on the line like you get sometimes. Everyone seemed to be stood at the back. It's only a small park run, really friendly team though. We're off. Looks like I'm in second place just to the camera here, but there's a couple to the right and 2 to the left of me here. Young lad in the 50 t-shirt, half my age, sort of like a rocket, so I think we can discount him. Round the first corner, and my friend who I'd gone to the park run with is about to come past me. He always has a faster start than me. 4 of us now in 4th place here, and still I like for the first start of a park run, like to keep it nice and easy, don't push too hard. This is a 4-lap course as well, so I don't want to tire myself out at the end of the first lap. Guy in first place seems to have opened up quite a gap. Second place my friend in front of me, and I'm now in 3rd place, although I can hear the guy just behind me. Thank you. Halfway around the first lap, the gap to my friend in front seems to have stabilised, and the guy in front in the 50 t-shirt doesn't seem to be getting any further away, so see how it goes. Maybe we can slowly reel him back in. It's a course that's all on grass. I do find grass hard to run on, although it was pretty firm today underfoot. At this point, I'm starting to catch my friend up. I feel really good at this point. Like I say, first lap, so I'm trying not to get out of breath, take it nice and steady. Just probably more just above my 10k pace than a 5k pace. And I think we're just starting to reel in the guy in first place as well. That gap that he'd got doesn't seem quite as big at the moment. So probably 2/3 of the way around the first lap, 3/4 of the way around maybe even. Catching my friend up, and the guy in front has certainly eased off a little bit. We're certainly a lot closer now, probably half the gap to him. I still feel really good at this point, still taking it quite easy, running at my pace, not trying to run at anyone else's pace. Thank you. That's the first lap done. Only 3 more laps to go. Definitely caught the guy up in first place now. 3 of us are all together. Hoping that that's a sign that he set off a bit too fast maybe, but we'll see how this lap goes. Halfway around the second lap, we don't seem to be able to make any progress on the guy in first place, and he doesn't seem to be able to get away from us. Glenn looking at his watch there, I think we're just at the he's at the mile point. I run in kilometres. I think that's what confused me at that point, but still feel really good at this point. But it's only the second lap, don't want to push yet. At this stage I feel like the guy in front isn't particularly getting away. I think it's more that my friend in front and myself seem to have slowed our pace, just easing off a little bit. So need to decide now, do I sort of pass my friend, push on and try and keep with the guy in first place, just put a bit of an effort in for it. So I'll see what happens over the next couple of 100 metres and decide then. Yeah, I think my friend is starting to his pace has just eased off, only by a fraction, so I've got close to him, so I think I'm going to push past him now along this section, probably a couple of 100 metres to the end of the second lap, so that's halfway around. I'll try and get past him now on this bit, and then see if I can hang on to the guy in first place, who seems to be running really well at the moment.
Thank you.
So yeah, past my friend, second place now. Trying to see if I can stay with this guy. Not quite halfway around yet, at the end of the second lap. If I can stay this close to him, I usually have a really good finish, but a long way to go yet. We'll see what happens.
Thank you.
2 laps done, halfway now. Keeping the gap steady between myself and the guy in front. I managed to have a quick glance behind me, and my friend and another runner aren't too far behind, so the 4 of us are all pretty close at this moment in time. Starting to feel a bit tired now on this 3rd lap. Guy in front starting to get away. I'd certainly picked my pace up a bit, and he must have picked his up as well, because the gap's slowly getting larger between the 2 of us.
And you well done.
2.5 laps done now. Still feel okay. I'm trying and pushing hard now. Tired, but still got plenty left. The guy in front's definitely opened up a bit more of a gap now, so I don't think I'm going to be able to catch him unless he suddenly slows at some point. I think 2nd is the best I'm going to get at this point in time.
Thank you.
I had a quick glance behind. There's 2 people behind me, a friend and another guy, but they're as far behind as the guy is in front of me, so we're about 3/4 of the way around the 3rd lap, so at the moment it's going okay. It's looking like a good solid 2nd place. And you. Well done, and you two. That's 3 laps done as we start the 4th and final lap. The guy in front's opened a bit more of a gap in the last 300 or 400 metres we've done. I feel like I'm pushing hard on this last lap, but he's obviously got a lot more than me. He's sort of double the gap now, I think, but no sign of the 2 behind me. When I glance back, they look to be far enough back not to worry about them. As I go around here, I'm going to have a quick glance back, see who's behind me, and they are catching me up. Looks like they're really pushing on this last lap, so I feel really tired at this point. I can't see the guy in front of me. I can see back markers, but I can't see where the guy's gone in first place. Must have opened a good 30-second gap to me, so I'll try to push on, probably 2/3 of the way around, so not too far towards the finish now. Thank you, Joe Walker. And you, well done. As I go around, there's only one sort of short corner after this, which is in the finish straight, so I have a quick glance back, and yeah, they're a distance behind me, but certainly getting closer to me, so I need to push on this back straight. Really starting to feel tired now. Probably only 400 metres to go, 500 metres at the most. Thank you. And you, well done. As we get into this little bit, you can see there's a bit where there's no grass, and there's just the soil that's quite compact. It's actually really nice each lap just to run on that bit. It just had that feeling of you're on something other than grass. not far now to the maybe 50 metres to the last corner, and then a 100 metre, 150 metre straight to the finish. So I shall get to this corner, have a quick glance, see where they are behind me. First place guy's finished, I think. I could see a peripheral vision to the left. Quick look. Oh, this the guy in second place isn't my friend. My friend's dropped to fourth, not second, sorry, he's dropped to fourth, and the guy who was now in third, who was with us at the start, seems to be pushing on towards me. So not too far to go, putting everything into it, picking up my pace. Wouldn't like to be passed at this point in time to the line. Can't hear him behind me, so I suspect it's just a few seconds away. Almost at the line. And yeah, second place, really pleased with that. And the guy's probably, yeah, he's 3 seconds behind me. The winner there.
P2 today, and about 21.15, 21.16, all on grass. I do find grass hard, but really pleased with that. With the first place guy for a lap and a half, but too young, just couldn't keep with him after that. You do this one?
No,
that one.
no.
That's great, thank you very much, thank you. Well done. Well done, Imran. Great running.
Yeah.
Well done.
Well done.
Most people finished now, just the tail walker to come in. Well done. So this is a car park 100 yards further down the road from where I turned in, and there's lots of people parked in here, and this is right next to the start as well. You can see the little hut just in the middle of the picture there. That's where all the volunteers were stood at before the start. I'm just sat back in the car and just do a quick course review. All on grass. I think after rain you could definitely trail shoes on parts of this course, but today it was firm underfoot, but there has been quite a bit of rain. I find it hard work on grass. 4 laps, a few twists, a bit uneven in parts underneath your feet, but quite a nice course to run on. And on the rankings it says it's quite a tough course. I'd agree with that. Went to the coffee shop after, the old paper shop, fantastic in there. Got a 5 on the food hygiene rating score. Food looked, I had the breakfast, really nice, came well presented. Great service in there, certainly recommend going there afterwards to that one. There were quite a few other park runners in there as well. So time to set off home now, so that's it for another week. Hopefully I will have the voiceover of what I'm thinking while I'm running on this week's video, if I can get that working. So we'll catch up next week. That's a wrap.